Welcome back, everybody. Hot mic off and rolling here on a busy Wednesday on the day before the day. We'll have some more draft chatter coming up in our second hour, but we're not done with the football talk, except it's a different kind this weekend. We know TCO Performance Center is going to be busy. That's the home of the Minnesota Vikings. And on their field at TCO will be the Flag Football Championships in Minnesota being played on Saturday. The Concordia Cobbers are the top seed. They'll play in the semifinals Saturday at 4 o'clock. One of their co-head coaches, Collin Thompson, joins us, who is a fantastic Cobber in his own right in his playing days, which makes it seem like it was a long time ago. It was just a couple years ago, but he joins us here this morning to chat about that. It's great to see you. I appreciate you doing this. Tell me your interest in this. Was this immediate when you heard, or what got you involved in wanting to be part of flag football?
Yeah, so last year was the inaugural first season, the start of this. And my younger sister, who had come up here to do some basketball and some volleyball for Concordia, was like, I want to play football. I want to do this. And she actually started doing it first. Bree Nelson, who was the coach last year, she, was doing great and asked me to actually come and be willing to help out a little bit. So really through my sister, through the connections, I was like, I love football. I love this. Let me come and help out. And then this year when they needed someone to take over, I was right there. I said, let me keep doing it. So that's how it worked.
So you're doing this. The team is obviously having success. What has this been like to hop in and then see the team perform as well as they have?
It's been incredible. It's very different coaching girls versus coaching guys, and especially coaching people who aren't football players. They haven't been playing football for 20 years of their life. So I get to teach a lot of fundamentals or a lot of beginner skills that once they catch on, like the growth is exponential. I'm not just improving little things every day. We get to install something, they go out, execute it, and it's awesome to see.
All right, so give us, for people that don't know, what is the league, what schools are in it, and how does this all play out for what's coming on the weekend?
Yeah, so it's a collection of Midwest teams. The Vikings are sponsoring, hosting, and it's been a mix of a lot of Minnesota schools. So it's us, the College of St. Benedict, St. Olaf, Bethel University, as well as Augsburg, Gustavus. And then we get Wisconsin Stout coming over from Wisconsin. We get Augustana coming in from South Dakota. And then University of Northwestern St. Paul. So kind of just a mix of, a lot of Minnesota, a little Wisconsin, a little South Dakota, but continuing to grow. And I think within the next few years, it's going to expand through all the states up here.
Collin, where do you find players? Is this like you're going out, like you're putting like flyers up, or how do you get a roster together?
Yeah, right now we're mixed of just Concordia students who would be interested. So we have a lot of soccer girls. We have a lot of multi-sport athletes where it's like they came to Concordia, they picked a sport. Now it's the spring and they don't have anything going on. Hey, come play flag football for me. Yeah. I think we have some goals and some plans to maybe start getting some recruiting going, bringing some people in that want to come in and play flag, especially as the sport grows. But for right now, we're mixed up of people who just came and found us and wanted to do it. So
when do you practice? How does all that go about?
So we get a few days a week. We work around all the other sports because we're smaller and we don't really need to. So like right now, football, great, because football with guys, we practice at 6 a.m. And so football is on our field, off our field by 8 a.m. And then it's the afternoon and we'll have soccer practicing, and we'll either take a side area or wait till they finish up. We have track people running around on the outside. It's kind of, you drive past Jake Christensen Stadium in the afternoon, you're going to see 4 or 5 different teams at any given time. So we just slot in when we can.
So you found players here, and how do you go about actually the coaching practice? We're watching video of a practice earlier, I think from last week. Give us how this all shakes out and what the game consists of.
So it's a little different because it's 5-on-5. So it's not full sevens. It's not like you would expect a 7-on-7 football. All 4 of your receivers are eligible. So you have a center that snaps, but then she will go out for a route. You're only playing, 5-on-5 defense. It's a shortened field, about 25 yards wide and only about 50 in length. And so a lot of different strategy than what you would expect. I mean, a lot of football fundamentals stay the same. It's teaching routes, it's teaching coverages, it's how to guard girls. But you're not seeing true 3 route concepts or a cover 2. Like it all kind of mixes up with how you want to play it. And so that's an adjustment, but a fun one.
How busy are you? Like, what are you doing during the game when it actually gets going?
I'm lucky because I have my sister as our starting quarterback, and she gets to sit and watch film with me, and I break things down for her. And it's really complicated for her, but it's really easy for everybody else. And so I get to kind of go back and forth with her. I'll call in a play. I'll give her adjustments. I will do things, but they execute, they go out and do it. I keep an eye for, what is defense do? I watch the bigger picture, let them handle how it works out. And then defensively, I have a good group of girls who we have a system, we keep it in place, and we're pretty consistent with it, and they execute on it. So I don't have to worry too much about them.
How good is the football, I'll ask?
It's impressive. We played a team this last weekend who has a girl who probably has a better arm than me and most people, I would bet. If you're not a high level quarterback, I think this girl has a better arm. I saw her roll out and throw it 25 yards on a dot. And I've seen some really tough football, and it's awesome because I don't think there is a huge gap in skill level. Among the top 6 schools, everyone is beating everyone. Like it is competitive. There is no just one team that dominates all.
So you're playing this weekend. You're the number 1 seed. Give us the lowdown on how this all plans out and maps out for this weekend, what you have going on.
Yeah. So with a short season and fairness and how they went back and forth a lot on structure, but ended up on a really interesting structure where the top 4 seeds kind of get a bye to the afternoon, and 5 through 9 play a whole double elimination tournament. And by the time the 2 teams that get out of that finish, they'll have played 3 or 4 games already. Then 2 winners of that have to play the 3 and 4 seed. We get a direct bye to the semifinals. We don't play till 4:00.
Okay.
We'll get to see a team that has already played either several games that day or a game right before us. And it's win that game, make it to a championship, lose that game, play a consolation game. So we're in a set up in a really good spot with that number 1 seed.
So basically you're sitting around all day waiting to figure out who you play.
Yes, absolutely.
And you were telling me off air this second year of being down there, and it's draft weekend, that the Vikings and all the big wigs are basically right there, correct?
Yeah, last year we were between games and we were up in just kind of their stands area, and it's an awesome facility. They have great offices, windows, and it's actually one of the girls on the team was up peeking, and she starts freaking out and getting super excited, and she's like, "It's Kevin O'Connell! It's Kevin O'Connell!" And he actually sees her, and they have a funny little interaction, and he gave us a wave, and sure enough, all the action's happening right there.
That's fantastic. How exciting is this for you? I mean, granted, your football career ended a couple years ago. Now to still be connected to the game, describe that.
It's awesome. I super happy with how my football career went. I wouldn't have had it any other way. I get to close the book on that. But getting to come back and coach both with football and then with this flag is so much different, but so much fulfilling. I get to really use my skills, the things I know, put it into practice for these girls, and they go out and execute. And when they do that, that is just as rewarding as if I was out there. Sometimes I wish I could put a helmet on or put some, strap up and do it. Maybe at practice, sometimes they find me trying to play quarterback and throwing just to get a little action. But no, it is really rewarding to get to kind of inspire these girls, teach the girls, and see them go out and execute.
What was your least favorite place to play in the MIAC?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think Carleton's grass field always, and it doesn't help that we is a nice place, but we always play there at the very end of the year on a cold, snowy, grass field. I don't know if their sideline is tilted at an angle, so you're doing calf raises the whole time. That's a tough one for me because and I'm actually allergic to grass, so not majorly, but enough that it bugs. So coming up here, turf fields, the one grass school that remains.
What were your experiences like in Collegeville? What were those games like for you to play at St. John's?
The first time to go into Collegeville and get to play on that field, that environment, it's super incredible. I remember we played an incredible game against St. John's where defensively we held them to -6 rushing yards, and we were firing on like all cylinders and barely, I think we came out like one touchdown down, or it ended in a very close one. And just, yeah, the environment there, the experience is getting to, it's awesome to get to go in and try and knock off a top seed like that and get to play with the expectations being, if we win, it's awesome. And if we hold them close, it's still really great.
A couple minutes left here with Collin Thompson, co-head coach of the Concordia flag football team. What would this mean if you guys are able to win this championship in your second year of actually doing this as a sport? How big a deal would this be?
I think it's a huge deal. I know that this sport as a whole is growing. And so to be able to go to the school, go to people around the area and say, hey, look, not only is this an opportunity, we're at the forefront of this. We are competing, we're winning. And I have a group of girls who really want to win. I think we talked about it at practice yesterday. We don't want to just be happy with competing. We don't want to just be a part of this. We have a goal. We have, a desire to win. And I think for everyone in the hard work we've put in wants to come away with it.
Do you see, if you're even the kind of success you've had this year, that more women are going to come out next year?
I think so. And I sure hope so. I'm in several chats with nationwide coaches talking about the growth of the league, with recruits, with a lot of people at like the high school age who are interested. I know Fargo's starting to really push towards a lot of the flag leagues. And I think, yes, absolutely, it's going to continue to grow, and we'll find the people that want to come out and do it. And maybe, recruit a couple girls that are just coming to play flag football for me.
Do you see it where you're playing out-state schools here, maybe in the not-too-distant future as well, if it keeps growing?
I think that our league is definitely poised for growth, where we will get, I know that there's some North Dakota schools that are interested or maybe are starting up leagues. The Minnesota scene is growing over in Wisconsin. And already with the 9 teams we have, it's kind of tough to balance playing a lot. And so I think we could really start to see some split leagues, maybe some conferences, maybe some different groupings where we are getting to play a little bit further, a little different areas.
Collin, this was great, man. I really appreciate you doing this. Good luck. Have a blast down there. And thanks for the time this morning, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Collin Thompson joining us, Concordia co-head flag football coach. Cobbers will play down at TCO Performance Center in Eagan, as you heard him say, Saturday at 4 in a semifinal. If they win that, they'll come back and play at a little after 6 on Saturday. So add that to the pile of the craziness we got going on Saturday. Looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. And they've had some great success. You can see them out there on the field. They can ball. And it's, again, flag football now is in the Olympic Games coming in a couple years. This is only trending this way in terms of interest and popularity, not just around our region, but nationwide on that. Appreciate him giving us a few minutes. All right, let's break. Come back. We'll wrap up our first hour. Big second hour. Chat some Mountain West football and the NFL draft. That sounds pretty good. Wrap it up. Hour 1 of Hot Mike. We'll do it right after this.